Politico Politica. Politics for everyone.
Welcome back to Politico Politica with me, your host, Isabella Akinseye. It's time for our Project Lagos segment. And this is an opportunity. In your case, you're running for an office. You're running to represent the people of Eti-Osa in the Federal House of Representatives. And Eti-Osa is in Lagos. So we like to look at Lagos as a project. So before we even ask you to say what solutions or what you're bringing to the table, how would you rate Lagos? I mean, we say Lagos is the center of excellence. Does this hold true?
I think Lagos till date is one of the best states to live in Nigeria. The opportunities are here, but I think based on the capacity of what we have, we are still somewhere around 45% in terms of our performance. So a lot is being done, but still not enough is still being done. And I don't know if you get my drift. In terms of the ability to steward effectively the resources in the states to crystallize across the economic ladder, bring more people into middle class. And that is not happening fast enough. But like I said, it's a state that is still unfolding and on a journey.
So now let's look at the role of the legislative arms, in this case, the Federal House of Representatives. You being in there, or even as a body, what can they do for Lagos as a state?
So what Lagos has to offer is Lagos is a progressive state. So Lagos is like an inroad into the other parts of the country. So what you have here is an intellectual capital, a high IQ area. So what we can contribute through Lagos to the center is quality policies that can impact both on businesses and impact across board. Like in terms of education, Lagos is not doing badly. But across Nigeria, 13 million kids are out of school. Now what we need to do is, first of all, how do we evolve a proper curriculum that can enrich the learning experiences of our children? How do we create additional funding? Because there's a problem of funding in the country. So education gets about 7.3% annual allocation to education on the GDP. And so when you find out in a state, in a country like ours with the level of underdevelopment, that is a gross, that's really an underfunding for education. So we need to increase funding. And Lagos can contribute in terms of shaping the policy that can create additional tax incentives for companies to contribute to the NTIF, the Educational Trust Fund, or the UBE. We need to look at additional funding. They don't have enough. Also at the university level, there is also a sense that the universities have to be properly then equipped to run as functional units where they can be income generating. So that's something Lagos can contribute. When it comes to health, health is also part of the challenges we have in Nigeria. One thing I know that we need to do, for one, is to realize that the standardization and the quality of the practices in hospital is actually well improved. Now, Nigeria has been, in terms of India, we're contributing hugely to their medical tourism. Why are hospitals not working? What does it take to get the hospitals to work, the federal hospitals, and get them to specialize? In Eti-Osa, for one, we don't even have a primary health, a functional a specialist hospital here, or a general hospital. And that is, we are talking about a constituency of about 2-3 million people not having a general hospital. It's unfair on the people of Eti-Osa to have to live through this, because not everyone can afford the high fees that they charge in private hospitals. So those are some of the things that I'm hoping Lagos will do. So for the creative economy is also here. So Eti-Osa can contribute in shaping the creative economy and entertainment economy. We can contribute to the global market by exporting our creative products when it comes to fashion, to music, to movies. And we can do this and create even significant opportunities for our creative people.
I know you already started speaking about it in your last answer, but what are you bringing to the table?
I have an experience in corporate Lagos. So I've been in Lagos for corporate Lagos for about 10 years work experience. And in all those sectors, I have actually been able to understand how business works. So what I intend to do running is, we're working on essentially 6 policies at the moment. So I am one of the rep running with policies already in hand, proposed bills, not just waiting to get in there and do it. It cuts across education, health, labor laws. We think there's a need to review that. We're looking at the creative industrialization in Nigeria and in an innovation agenda. We're also looking at the disabled people. They feel very neglected in our society. We can do a lot more than that. We're also looking at mental health. I think there is still a sense that we don't have enough therapists around to help people cope with the mental stress. And it's important because mental health is a significant part of what we do. So my experience as a creative entrepreneur is also important to bring how we can drive creativity. In a country with 60% young people, with a lot of creative talent, you can do a lot with that can solve unemployment. So the answer in my question to unemployment is about driving SMEs and driving creative industrialization.
So empowerment? Essentially
empowerment at every level. And also rework our education, so you're not just producing people who are looking for opportunities, but you're producing people who can create them. You're not just producing graduates who are seeking employment. You're producing graduates who can create opportunities. And I think that for me is very fundamental.
You seem to have really thought things through. I mean, you said you already have policies that you're working on. So peradventure you don't win, how willing are you to work with the government and work as a team to bring in these things to reality?
There is no such possibilities. But should I wake up and realize that we've been rigged again? What I think we might need to do is to work with whoever is there. For me, it's about getting those things done. And whoever is in that place, let's sit down and make this work, because if it works in my country, everyone gets the benefit. I mean, as a businessman, I feel the first impact of double taxation, triple taxation. I mean, our taxes are ridiculous. You don't want to know how much we are forced to pay every time. And what is the impact of that on businesses? We need to create enabling environments. Even when you want to employ staff, you have to go through a series of interviews, and you don't find people who are well equipped. And they're graduates, so you need to do a lot more work in that area. I feel that impact, but I think it's not about winning, it's about contributing, like I said. And I'll be more than willing. I think I can't help myself, I will do that, to work with whoever wins.
Okay, so my final question will have to be Eti-Osa in the next 4 years. What will it look like? Sell it to me.
Okay, now, as a policy person, what I can sell to Eti-Osa is the number of bills we can produce in the House. So I would say, for me, working with my people here, we can contribute significantly through the next 4 years to at least creating 50 bills that can impact across our economy and our country.
Thank you, Ferdinand.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So we'll be going on a quick break on Politico Politica, but when the show returns, it's our light-hearted segment. I call it the Quickfire segment. Do stay with us.